EA have finally announced Battlefield 2042 with a bombastic reveal trailer, packed to the gills with guns, explosions, wingsuits, and tornadoes. Yes, that's right, 2042's maps will not only be the biggest the series has ever seen, but will include natural weather effects like lightning strikes, sandstorms, and tornadoes. What's more impressive is that the maps will support up to 128 players on the PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. Take into account classic game modes like Conquest, new specialists with unique skills and perks, and 2 battle passes, and at least 4 seasons of content planned, and we're looking at one of the most ambitious Battlefield games yet. Zack Snyder has addressed a time travel theory from his hit movie Army of the Dead, in which one of the characters questions whether or not the zombie heist heroes are, in fact, caught up in a time loop. Speaking during Netflix's Geek Week, Snyder notes that it might be true. Who knows, there's a lot of clues in the movie that would support the theory. You know if it's true, Zack. He continues that if fans want to play that game, it's there to play. Sounds a lot like there's an opening for a spin-off or a sequel in there to me, but we'll let you be the judge on that one. A Dead Space Trilogy Remaster has been heavily hinted at by industry insiders, and the idea has got fans positively trembling with anticipation. In a Twitter exchange between insiders Jez Corden and Nick Baker, the latter said, "You know, the more I've been thinking about it, the more I think Dead Space has a chance of coming back in some way. Whether via remasters or a sequel, or hopefully both." Innocent enough on its own, but Corden's response is what has people talking. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it, Nick? You know, if it was actually happening maybe. That would be pretty cool. Well yes, indeed it would. Take that all as intriguing gossip, but EA were pleasantly surprised with how well the Mass Effect Legendary Edition fared, so it wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility to see a similar undertaking with the Dead Space license. Marvel's Loki has been confirmed as the franchise's first gender-fluid star, as announced in the TV spot for the new Disney Plus series. A case file for the character appears on screen, confirming that Loki's sex is indeed classed as fluid. Actor Tom Hiddleston, who plays the character, said it has always been there in the comics for some time, and in the history of the character for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Series head writer Michael Walden noted in an interview with Inverse that "I know many people identify with Loki in particular, and are eager for that representation, especially with this character." Dave Bautista would love to make a standalone Bane film in the same style as Joker, the actor has confirmed. Speaking in an interview with Unilad, the ex-wrestler and Guardians of the Galaxy star said he loved that grounded feeling, and if they did the same thing for Bane, it would be a winning formula for DC. While Bautista is by no means a small guy, he also said he wants to go to over 300 pounds just to bring that physicality to Bane. What an absolute unit. That's all for this episode of Roundup. We'll be back next week with the biggest gaming stories, so make sure to like, subscribe and follow so you don't miss out.